What do a lot of parents do that unknowingly screws their children over? Story 1. Over-sheltering them. You can't protect your kids 24/7 for their whole lives. It leads to naive adults that get taken advantage of. Story 2. Forgetting what it was like to be that age and expecting their kids to react differently to things than them when they were that age. Story 3. Try to fill every minute with organized activities such as traveling sports leagues. Don't get me wrong, some extracurricular activities are good, but when your kids never have an unaccounted for minute, I think it has a negative impact. Story 4. Forgetting that a kid's brain isn't fully developed like their own. Also, shaming in any way of something your kid is into. Trying to learn about it is actually quite helpful and a good way to connect, and parents can learn things that they like too. I didn't know I liked Pierce the Veil until my 12-year-old liked them and I wanted to check them out. Story 5. Comparing them with other kids. Story 6. Not discussing money with them. I heard a father talking to his small daughter, between 6 to 8 years old, about budgeting. We were in a bookstore and she wanted to buy a book. He told her that she could buy any book she wanted, but that she had to keep in mind how much money she was allowed during their vacation. He went through the math with her. He discussed possibilities of other purchases later on during their trip. He continuously reminded her that it was her money and she could use it however she liked, but to remember how much total money she had. He was so patient, gentle, and real with her. It was an awesome learning experience for me, especially since I have a baby. My mom always said that we didn't have enough money, she would hoard it in a sock, and is just stingy all around. Definitely want to break that cycle with my child. Friends, before we continue our video, I want to remind you of the importance of subscribing to our channel. We are also waiting for your comments and likes. Thank you. Let's move on to the video. Story 7. Refusing to be wrong or take accountability. Being wrong is okay, and it can be a learning moment for both of you. Randomly punishing your kid for being right or potentially right because they argued may make it so they never ask you anything again. Story 8. Not respecting their privacy because it's their home, barging into their room, asking them to leave the door open, etc. It gives kids anxiety. And at last, I moved to my own place, and sometimes I still look at the door expecting it to open, etc. Story 9. I was raised with the motto, if you lose, you can't come home. My great-grandfather said it to my grandmother when she was being bullied by a boy. My grandmother said it to my mother when she ran in the house from a girl who was beating her up, kicked her out and locked the door. If you lose, you can't come home. For me, there was no one incident. It was just a mantra. And now I am absolutely afraid of failure of any sort. I come to work hours early to prepare and stay late to make sure I've got it right. Same with my hobbies and every part of my life. I cannot be bad at anything. Free time only exists as practice, study, training time. The amount of pressure I put on myself is not healthy. I'm 38 years old, and I haven't spoken to my mother in 10+ years. But I almost always win, and I'm amazing at the things that I do. Small consolation. Parents us up, man. Story 10. Putting excessive pressure on their children to meet their own unfulfilled aspirations. This is a good note to end on. Please write your stories in the comments. I'll be happy to add them to future videos. Also, you can rate our other videos. We would be very grateful. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.